Hello guys! Today's video is going to be a serious one because I'll be sharing with you about my experience for the past few weeks. I am now in my 37th week of pregnancy and anytime soon I'll be giving birth. I went through antepartum depression, or otherwise known as depression during pregnancy. I honestly haven't heard about antepartum depression before. I know about postpartum depression, but not about antepartum depression. I find this pandemic very depressing. The coronavirus outbreak and the rising number of people infected. I hear a lot of news about pregnant women getting infected, women giving birth tested positive for coronavirus, newborn babies tested positive for coronavirus. These are so scary and I don't want to go to the hospital anymore. I was so afraid. I started experiencing sleepless nights. I got so emotional. I cried over petty stuff. I cried over minor issues. I did not want to go out of the room, and if I do, I made sure that I wear a frown so that nobody would dare talk to me. It's hard. It's hard to be pregnant at a time like this, but it's harder to give birth at a time like this. Depression is not new to me because I had history of depression years back. It is a serious matter. It is something that should not be taken lightly, but I don't want to dive into it again. Not now. Not now that I'm pregnant. Not now that I will be giving birth. Not now in a pandemic. Depression is something like you are being overpowered by a great force that you cannot fight against. I had episodes of crying over past failures, of feelings of inadequacy, like I am not a good wife, I am not a responsible mother, I am failure as a daughter, and things like that. Now I'm starting to get emotional. But if depression cannot be controlled, it will control you. Then I was reminded of this verse in the Bible that says, "Why so downcast, O my soul? Put your hope in God." Somehow that enlightened my heart. And so I asked myself, why so downcast, O my soul? Put your hope in God. So I got up, I prayed, and I talked to my Savior, Jesus Christ. I told him about all the disappointments that I had. I told him all about the past failures and everything I was going through that time. So I talked to him, I prayed to him, and I got my Bible, and I was led to another verse in 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7 that says, "Cast all your anxieties to him because he cares for you." Right then and there, I was reminded that somebody cares for me. That the God who created me cares for me a lot and loves me. And right then and there, I felt that the thorn in my heart was taken away. I felt that the burdens and the heaviness that I was carrying, they disappeared. They disappeared. And so, I cried, but not anymore because of the heaviness of my heart. But I cried because I felt so loved, I felt comforted, I felt As I've mentioned earlier, depression is a serious matter. It should not be taken lightly. If you are going through those things that I went through, you have to deal with it. I remembered back then when I had depression myself, when I had anxiety attacks earlier in my life, I was totally in denial about it. I never talked about it. I never thought that it was a serious thing, but it affected me greatly. That's why the reason why I would always try to deal with depression nowadays is because of the experience I had before. And I don't know if I'm going to talk to you about it in another video. I don't know. I still have to pray about it though. But I know what depression is. I know what anxiety attack is. I know how it feels. How I dealt with my depression may be different with how you are going to deal with yours, but the important thing is that you have to deal with depression. It's not something that you should take lightly. It is something that you should deal with right away, because if it cannot be controlled, it will control you. Antepartum depression should not be taken lightly because it will greatly affect you, as it will greatly affect you being pregnant, and not only you but also your child. If the antepartum depression will be on the first trimester or the second trimester, it might lead to miscarriage. And if it is gonna be on the last trimester, it might lead to preterm labor, or the baby might have complications. That's why antepartum depression must be dealt with right away. What must be done? What must be done? Well, what I did was I spent time in prayer. I had a moment rekindling my faith. And you should avoid being alone. Don't allow yourself to be inside your room alone. You go out and talk to people. You go out and talk to the people around you. Now that we are under a lockdown or an enhanced quarantine, or now that we are restricted to go out, we can always go to social media, talk to friends, talk to your relatives, or give them a call, send them messages. You have to talk about your depression. You have to talk about what you're going through. If you need help, please seek help. Depression is, as I've said a lot of times already, depression is something that you should not take lightly. If you have no one to talk to, God is there. Talk to Jesus. He is there. You can also send me a message if you need a prayer so I can personally pray for you. You can send me a comment or a direct message. I am here to help you. I am here to pray for you. So that's it for this video. I pray that I was able to impart something to you guys. I pray that my experience in dealing with my depression would help you guys. And if you are new to this channel, please like and subscribe so that you will know when I will be uploading my next video. Thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you for watching. God bless.